So Kevin, the match has been called off in the FA Trophy against Bath City. Just talk us through the conversations that you've been having today.
Yeah, difficult one. We set off this morning early. I think we left at 7:30 from Southend, so we were told, got a message through I think about 9 o'clock when we were on the road that everything was fine. Had a pre-match and then got messages through that there was an issue with the pitch. And when you look at it and speak to the referee, there's an area over the far side that's shaded. I think they had covers on, but when they come off, in the meantime, I think it's hardened up. There's a run-off area is really hard. I have to say that. And there's areas of the pitch that is really hard. And I think they're saying when it goes down that it will, in this area where it's rutted, that the run-off areas are really dangerous. Difficult one.
Frustrating one for our supporters who will have travelled and made the journey to Bath already.
Yeah, and that's 3 times this year now. We take 600-700 fans everywhere. We travel in huge numbers, and they're the ones I feel for, because they're the ones, the hard-earned money to follow their team. And when it's done so late, they're the ones that are impacted most out of anyone. We've had it a couple of times already this year, and now again today. That I feel so sorry for them. That there's got to be a way of doing it better and compensating that. And they've come so far again, and in huge numbers, and that's the biggest frustration. That we want to play football, but a decision's been made that we respect. I think the referee's put in a difficult position as well, because he's thinking of player welfare. It's just it's done so late. It's the fans who are affected more than anyone.
Perfect, thanks Kevin.
Kevin, obviously very disappointed this game hasn't gone ahead. When was Southend United first made aware that there might be an issue with the pitch?
I got messages as we were just leaving the hotel after our pre-match. So we left there at 1:15, and it was only on the way here that I heard there was a bit of a doubt in terms of one area of the pitch that was really hard. And obviously we get here and there's a lot of noise around the place and a lot of people with opinions. Frustrating, because if it's made earlier, us fans don't travel. We don't travel, and we were told it perfectly fine this morning. So I do know they've tried everything they can, in fairness to Bath. The decision was made at 9 o'clock. It's perfectly fine, but when we get here you can see there's areas that are a problem. I don't think there's any, that is obvious. So we're frustrated, of course. The referee was put in a difficult position, and he has to make a decision based on player safety. It's the ones who suffer, the fans, of course, who travel, and our fans more than anyone in the country have done it, and travel more than anyone in the league. And we take so many that they're the ones that just after Christmas spending their money and travelling all over the country, and it's called off. So frustrating, of course.
Yeah, and like you said, with the time you're obviously there's a lot of communication, and as you say, the club have done as much as they can to try and get this on. And I suppose that frustration really must lie in the fact you've come here ready for this game, only to be told as you're leaving that it is in doubt.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. When we were told this morning it was fine. Do you expect it to be on? Of course. And it's a frustration that if it's going to be called off, we want it early, of course. But I think they had covers on earlier. I didn't see them, but they had covers on. But there's areas, and I think where the temperature's dropping, I think since the covers have come off, they say it's gone down a bit, and it's got firmed up a little bit, I think they've said. And there's the area, the far corner, that doesn't get sun. So I think when they're saying the temperature drop a bit, that's going to get even firmer. Listen, I'm not an expert on everything, but it's not nice for anyone in terms of being called off late, and it's the fans that who travel again, and they're the one whose pockets hurt.
Yeah. No, I've just been speaking to a couple of them outside, obviously echoing yourself. A lot of frustration, a lot of disappointment. Some of them probably won't be able to make it on Tuesday as well, which just adds to that frustration, doesn't it?
Yeah, and from our point of view, that we're coming here with cup tie, looking forward to it with huge following. We've already backed up with games. We want to play as much as we can now, and there's going to be another one Tuesday night. We've got to move another game. So that's a challenge now we're going to have to face going into the second half of the season. But again, it's the fans who spent money just after Christmas and come so far in the numbers that the disappointment again. And if it's done this morning, I get it. They don't have to travel so far, and there's enough warning, but it was deemed okay. So
What would be your message to those fans that came today?
Thank you again. Sorry it's called off from their point of view that we haven't played a game that we wanted to play. And for their support and the numbers they turn off, we're the best in the league at that. And hopefully come Tuesday, we go and give them a performance that for the ones who can make it, that's worthy of that.
Yeah, and I guess you've got your rotas and your regimes and stuff, and I guess this has now thrown those into kilter over the next couple of days as well.
Yeah, exactly. And this, I think, is one yesterday. If we knew early enough, we could have trained today. We'll have to look at training tomorrow now, and it changes a bit. They're footballers, and that's our job. We'll react to that.
Brilliant, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I've got a few more gaps to fill. So George Wind was out there today. What's the situation with him now?
His loan has finished at Hornchurch, so back with us now. And listen, with the squad we've got, if he's needed, I'm sure he'll be used.